Hey guys, today we follow the soft trail of rainfall through the hush of a sleeping forest, where the world seems to pause with every drop that lands on a mossy rock or a faded boot. You're just a girl, maybe 10 or 11, your shoes are soaked, and your hoodie's 2 sizes too big, sleeves swallowing your fingers as you tug them up and squint through the mist. Your family's somewhere behind you probably, or ahead. You were collecting mushrooms, remember? At first, it was a game. Red caps, white dots, stay close to the path. Then your brother dared you to go just a little deeper, just over that ridge. One more. You know how it is, so, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. The ground squishes beneath your feet like warm sponge cake, and you wonder how long it's been since the last real trail marker. The trees get thicker, here pine and oak stretching tall like they're trying to block the sky. Everything smells green and damp, like rain-soaked leaves and wood that's lived through too many winters. You pull your hoodie tighter. No phone, no GPS, just you, your little canvas bag of half-crushed mushrooms, and the slow realization that you don't know where your family is anymore. You try calling out Dad, nothing but rain. You shout louder, Mum, but the only thing that answers is a crow, startled into flight. It flaps overhead like some cranky omen. Authors still debate whether our fight-for-flight instinct has changed over generations. But here's the thing, you don't run. You walk, slowly, one boot in front of the other, because your dad always said panicking wastes energy. Still, you can't help imagining the forest like it's watching you, like it knows. And when your mind isn't spiraling with stories of bears and wild dogs, it's doing what minds do best, making things worse. You think about the last thing you said to your mum. It wasn't exactly sweet. Something about her embarrassing you. In front of the cousins, you hope she's not mad. You hope she's even looking for you. 2 hours pass, or maybe just 20 minutes. Time's syrupy here. You find a fallen log and sit. Rain drips off your bangs. You talk to yourself out loud now, because the silence is too loud. You say things like, okay. Not lost, just temporarily misplaced. You even laugh. Kind of. A leaf slaps you in the face like nature's disapproving ant. Yep, fully earned. Your hands are trembling when you notice the beetle, big, glossy, just chilling on your boot like it pays rent. For some reason, you talk to it too. You know where you're going, huh? It doesn't answer. Rude, you get up and walk again, following whatever direction feels right. It doesn't, but you go anyway. Then, a sound. Not voices, not footsteps, music. Maybe a hum, soft and inconsistent, like someone forgot to tune a radio. You follow it. What else can you do? And that's when you see it, a tiny wooden bridge over a stream no wider than a bathtub. It looks old, held together with bark and miracles. You cross it because of course you do. On the other side, a clearing opens like a breath. Bright moss glows on the forest floor, and there's a circle of stones arranged like someone wanted to play a game but forgot the rules. You step inside. Everything is quiet. Too quiet, no birds, no breeze, just rain and your breath. And that's when you realize you're not alone. A girl stands there. She looks like you, but older, maybe 12. Her hoodie's purple, her hair neater, eyes clearer. She smiles, doesn't speak. You blink, she's gone. Your heart thuds against your ribs like a warning bell. Now, you don't believe in ghosts. But you definitely believe in adrenaline, because suddenly you're moving again, faster this time. No plan, just urgency. Leaves whip past. Branches scrape your arms, you barely feel it, and then it happens. You trip face first into a puddle of mud. You lie there for a second, stunned, tasting earth and shame. Somewhere, your ego just posted a story titled, Girl Eats Dirt, a memoir. Probably went viral. You push up, wipe your face, and sit. That's it. you're done. No more wandering. You curl into your hoodie, knees pulled up, letting the rain drum on your head like a lazy metronome. You almost cry, almost, but you don't. Instead, you start humming some tune from a cartoon you used to watch when everything felt safe. It's weirdly comforting. That's when you notice something. The ground here is drier, less soaked. You look up. A canopy of branches has caught most of the rain, and in the middle of it, barely visible, stands something that makes your heart stumble. A roof tin, rusty. You crawl toward it, dragging your soaked bag behind. It's a cabin, small, maybe a shed, but it has a door. You knock, because manners still matter, even when you're cold and lost. No answer. You push. It creaks open. Inside, dim light dust. Shelves lined with old jars and cracked books. A chair, a table, a cot in the corner with a blanket folded neatly. No one's here, but someone was. You step in, shut the door, and feel the weight of the rain soften outside. For the first time in hours, you let out a breath. You're still scared, but you're inside. You're not alone, not really. Someone built this. Someone sat in this chair. Someone folded that blanket. You curl up on the cot, the hoodie pressed to your nose. It still smells like outside. Like your mum's hugs after gardening. Like safety. You close your eyes and whisper, "Please find me." Then sleep takes you like a soft hand. You wake up cold, but not as cold as before. The blanket smells like cedar and old rain, comforting in a weird, rustic way. Outside, the rain hasn't let up. It sounds steadier now, a soft hiss sliding over the tin roof. You stretch, blinking, in the cabin's dimness, trying to remember where you are and why your elbow feels like it's being used as a tree root pillow. Then it hits you. Right, forest, lost, cabin, ghost girl maybe. You're living every cautionary tale your 5th grade teacher warned you about. You sit up and glance around again. The space is small, just big enough to feel like a pocket in the woods. There's a cracked mirror above a wash basin, and carved into the wood near the windowsill, someone's initials, E.T. 1964. Cute. Now you're wondering if it's a human or an alien squatter situation. Either way, you whisper thanks to whoever made this place and head for the small table. That's when you see it, a note, folded dry, just sitting there like it's been waiting. You open it, the handwriting's shaky loopy. It reads, "If you found this place, it means the forest chose you. You're safe. Rest. And when the rain ends, walk toward the sound of water, not away. Trust yourself." You read it 3 times. Then once more, for dramatic effect. Oaky, cryptic, possibly magical. Definitely a vibe. Still, it gives you something to hold on to. You spend the next hour wandering the cabin. There's a tin of hard candy that's fused into one unholy blob, and a water jug with just enough to fill your mouth. You sit at the table, chewing the edge of your hoodie, thinking, what does the forest chose you even mean? You're 11. You didn't sign up for a fantasy novel. Outside, it's getting darker, or maybe just thicker, like the clouds are building a roof of their own. You hear something then, footsteps. No, a shuffle. You freeze. Listen, nothing. You exhale, probably just the window, a raccoon with a podcast dot to distract yourself. You imagine what your mom is doing. She's probably organizing a search party. Or maybe she's pacing the ranger station like a hurricane in yoga pants. Your dad's probably holding her hand, saying something calm and reasonable while gripping his phone like it owes him a child. You hope that's true. Suddenly, your stomach growls loud enough to echo. You glance at the candy tin. Nope, too tragic. You consider licking the walls for minerals. Just kidding. Mostly. You lie back down and hum that same cartoon theme. When you remember the girl in the woods, the Nachu girl, did she bring you here? Is she just your imagination dressed in dry clothes? You're not sure? But you whisper thanks against in case. When you wake again, it's still raining, but something's different. There's light. Soft gray slicing through the window, like sleepy morning. You stretch, and then you hear it, a distant rhythmic splash. Not the rain, deeper, steadier, water, flowing. You throw on your shoes, still wet, still squelchy, and Step outside. Everything's lush and dripping, leaves shining like they've been waxed. You follow the sound, walking slowly, alert but hopeful. The forest doesn't feel quite so haunted now. You're not sure if that's because of sleep or that weird, comforting note, but something's shifted. You spot a small trail. Overgrown, but walkable. You follow it, ducking branches and stepping over roots like you've done it before. The rain tapers to a mist. The sound of water gets louder. Then there it is. A stream, clear, cold, rushing fast, like it's late for an appointment. You stare at it, remembering the note. Walk toward the sound of water. So you do. Hours pass. Or maybe minutes. It blurs. But then you see something that makes your throat tighten. A backpack, blue. Lying near the bank. You freeze. Is it yours? No, it's older, faded. You walk closer. Inside is a jacket, a Polaroid photo of a girl about your age, smiling, holding a mushroom. The initials on the photo say, LET, Summer 64. You drop to your knees. ET, you realize. Then you didn't just find a cabin, you found someone's story, someone like you, maybe even the same girl you saw in the woods. Maybe not a ghost, but a memory, a whisper. You sit there for a long time, thinking about time, about other kids who might have wandered here, about how the forest doesn't just trap, it teaches. You remember something your mum once said while braiding your hair. The world isn't here to hurt you. It's here to see what you'll do. And you smile, even though your face is wet and your hands are trembling. Then the forest coughs loud, mechanical, a sound not made by nature. You turn and see it. A search party. Adults in neon jackets. Your name echoing like a lighthouse in fog. You run. They catch you in muddy arms and cry harder than you do. You try to explain. To tell them about the girl and the cabin and the note. But they smile and nod and say things like delirium and luck and so glad you're safe. Later, at home, warm and dry, your mum holds you so tight, you think your bones will remember it forever. You try to find the cabin on a map. Try to draw it. No one finds it again, not even you. You keep the note though. You keep it under your pillow, and you start writing your own, because you realize stories matter. Even the quiet ones. Especially those. You start carrying a notebook. Just a cheap one at first, the kind with the cardboard cover that curls in humidity. You don't even tell anyone why, but page by page, you fill it with memories of the forest moments, questions, drawings of crooked trees and half-remembered mushrooms. You sketch the cabin from every angle. You write Ellie's name over and over like it's a password you're trying to remember in a dream. People stop asking you about it after a while. The story becomes a funny footnote. At school, the girl who got lost for one day and came back weirdly calm. One of your friends makes a meme out of your face. When you go on a nature walk and find yourself instead, it goes viral for like 12 minutes. You secretly love it. But the truth is, something's changed. You listen to rain differently now. Not just with your ears, but with your whole body. You sit by the window and close your eyes and wait for that moment when it stops sounding like noise and starts sounding like rhythm. Authors still debate whether memory is a fixed record or a fluid narrative, but you know how it felt. You know the smell of that blanket, the way the forest hushed itself before you saw her, the words on the paper that someone wrote for someone they'd never meet. That's the part that sticks with you, because someone took the time to write, to reassure, to make space in the world for someone they didn't even know. Maybe Ellie never found her way back, or maybe she just wanted to leave something behind. Now you get it. You start doing small things, leaving post-it notes in library books that say things like, "You're stronger than you feel right now," or "It's okay to not have a plan." You hide candy in park benches. Sometimes you walk in the woods, not to find anything, but to thank the trees. You and your mum get closer. She tells you about her own childhood, how she once got lost in a department store and ended up in the employee lounge, crying over a cup of instant coffee some teenage clerk made her. You laugh until your cheeks hurt, and your dad, he frames The photo of you and your muddy face meme hangs it by the front door like it's fine art. But deep down, you carry something bigger, a lesson you don't really know how to explain. That stillness doesn't mean nothing is happening. That getting lost is sometimes just how you get clear. That someone else's courage can echo through time and show up in the exact moment you need it most. You find the bridge again one day. Different trail, same stream. It looks smaller now, like maybe it was never that big to begin with, but you recognize the shape of it. The curve in the wood. The sound it made beneath your feet. You stand there for a while, hand resting on the railing. Waiting. Nothing appears. No girl. No note. No note. Just you. But it's enough. You walk across, smile to yourself, and keep going, not because you're lost, but because you want to see what else the world has whispered, just for you. So now, let your eyes grow heavier with each blink. Let the images fade gently, the quiet cabin under the pines, the soft patter of rain dancing on the tin roof, the echo of your own breath in the hush between trees. You've walked through stillness. You've seen how even fear has a shape, and how courage isn't always loud. It's the quiet decision to take one more step, even when no one's watching. Remember the note left behind, the kind words from someone long gone. They didn't need to be famous or brilliant, they just needed to care, and that was enough. Maybe tomorrow, you'll leave a note for someone too. Or maybe you'll just notice the sound of the rain and let it lull you into calm. Either way, you're different now. Stronger, softer, wiser, in ways no GPS can track. So settle into your pillow, let your breathing slow. You're safe, you're home. And somewhere, in some forest, the rain is still falling. Not to scare you, but to remind you, the world is still listening. Sweet dreams. The rain has stopped, but what it left behind may stay with you for life. Maybe now you see the silence a little differently. Maybe you've remembered someone kind who helped you once. Or maybe you're ready to be that someone for someone else. Whatever you're feeling, hope, love, maybe even a little ache, that's your soul waking up. If this story moved you in any way, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like the video if you believe there's still magic in quiet places. And if these moments mean something to you, follow this channel. We tell stories that don't just end, they stay. Leave a comment. What would you write on a note for a stranger to find? We're reading every single one.